Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. We're joined by Bloomberg's equities reporter Joe Easton. Joe, hi. Tariffs, are they chipping away at ASML's share price? We had their earnings out.
They are chipping away pretty significantly. We got ASML down around 6%. It was down at around 8% at the low. It's headed for its worst stock decline in around 6 months. This after the orders, the quarterly bookings are well below expectations. Signs of weakness in demand for their chip machines. So these are machines that are used to make chips that are then used in smartphones and PCs, of course. They did actually maintain their full year guidance and said that the AI demand remains strong, but that hasn't made up for the weakness in the orders. We're seeing peers falling as well. ASMI falling, B Semi, VAT, Technoprobe, all the peers declining. Of course, there is also the news from Nvidia facing potentially a multi-billion-dollar hit as one of their important chips is not going to be allowed to be sold into China following a ruling by the Trump administration. So that also weighing, but a very negative day for chips and tech in general.
So misery there, Joe. Is there trouble brewing for Heineken?
So I thought there was trouble brewing for Heineken initially because the European sales at Heineken really bad. So the beer volume in the last quarter down almost 5%. America's down 3.8% in the quarter. So this is organic beer volume. But thankfully, over in Asia, they're doing a lot of beer drinking. Asia Pacific organic revenue actually smashing expectations, up 2.5% almost. And also in the Middle East and Africa region, that was positive, whereas it was expected to be negative. So that is making up for the not so heavy beer drinking in this region. And the stock actually up 2.9% at the moment. So, offsetting the weakness in our beer appetite over in Europe.
Okay. Meanwhile, we've got a hot shot. Tell us about a rare analyst call on Novo Nordisk.
Yes, so BNP Paribas Exane over in France, they are starting coverage with Novo. So they have poached an analyst from Citi. He's gone over to Exane and he's started coverage on a load of stocks today. So Novo is an underperform. He is writing, this is Peter Verdult, writing in a note that Novo's cash flow doesn't justify its valuation and there's questions about near-term demand for obesity injectables, including whether CagriSema, the new drug, is actually going to raise the bar enough on an innovation level as some of Novo's patents actually fall away. Also, there's other competition coming in addition to Medicare access over in the US, tariff worries, drug pricing under the Trump administration. So essentially, he's very negative. He has a street low target of 405 Danish kroner, and the stock is slipping again today. It's down around 30% for the year. Still some way to go to hit his price target, but Novo is underperforming on that news today.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.